And here we go for another joust. We have in the purple playing as the English, we have Butter. And this is beautiful marshlands map. We'll go into the map in a second. Looking into the other side, we have Rada playing as the French in the color green. Looking at the map, marshlands is always very interesting. There isn't a lot of wood on the map, but almost all of it is concentrated around the player's bases, and it's very tight. As you can see, all three wood lines are within influence of the town center, which makes it very easy to collect early wood and invest that. And what a lot of players like to do is go somewhat early into the middle pond here. The middle pond contains a ton of food. Each bit of shoreline fish is like 500 food. There's also these wood lines that I don't really like. Not wood lines, but the trees. They can provide wood in a pinch, but the most important bit here is the fish. There's a ton. There's also the one sacred site in the center, so you have to dominate the center. And the rest of the resources are scattered around. You haven't lost if you don't have the center, but the center is important. Like, you have tiny patches of berries here, so this is, what, 1,000 food right there. There's a wolf. Oh, and another wolf guarding the sheep. There's a gold there with a trade post in the corners. The other corners have the other two sacred sites. There's some fish to be had outside. And there are these the wood lines, as you can see. The other side is the same. There's the boar, 3 deer, and a wolf guarding it. This could be a tough area to go to. Yeah, see, the players, I think Butter simply wants to get his fast fuel going with some longbowmen, and we'll see from there. Looks like it. And the Rada should try to get his fast fuel going as well into some knights. He might want to go into, I don't know, maybe a TC? Let's pay some attention here. We got the council hall going up 4 villagers. So Butter really wants it to go up fast. Keeping 4 on food, just as the book dictates. Butter still has a good amount of wood on himself, but it's clear to me that he wants to really use it this early. This villager is one of the council hall villagers building the house, very well studied. You also have a school of cavalry. This might not be too important, but I'd like to have it in this corner just so that the knight doesn't have this little bit to go get to the opponent, but that's just me. Oh, we got a barracks from Butter. A barracks from Butter. So, yeah, we are gonna see. It's against French, so I do expect spears. Oh, that's a TC attacking the scouts. Rada reacted, but they didn't react too fast. Oh, we get the sheep count. There's still some beneath Rada's TC, and almost none beneath Butter. Butter is just adding food villagers. And I think Butter wants to go very aggressively. This map, I think, is still the most unexplored one. I've seen all kinds of strategies, from docking the center, which doesn't really work well, because the dock is just open and the army can just tackle it. Also, there isn't any deep water fish, so it doesn't really go well to the end game. There's also TCing the center, which is risky, but if you pull it off, it works out well, and you can establish yourself there. There you go, so Rada just now made it to feudal age, and we already have 2 longbowmen and the spear heading out. No, oh no, knight for Rada. This could be a mistake. Or at least the timing for Butter to do something. Oh, Butter can absolutely deny gold and start to take out villagers from Rada. Rada doesn't have a lot of food available. And I wouldn't mind seeing a fleet of villagers move forward and getting a mill in the middle now for Butter. Okay, there we go. That's too late. And we have longbowmen on the gold. on, Rodden now in trouble. He's gonna want to finish the tower still. Okay, one villager down. The knight is just out. And this little bit of damage on the spear could be enough. Oh, and the spear goes down without even hitting the knight. So 2 villagers down for Rodden. Oh, that was a decent hit for Butter though. So 2 villagers who already have a ton of army forward. They're starting to wall off. I can't believe the one knight is going to be able to just kill a longbowman for free. Oh, you have a spear, mate! You can take him down! There you go, there's a second knight, and nothing on stone, so Rodden, you don't want to keep up the pressure. Doesn't have the gold, unfortunately. He has now. He has now, come on! Just hit that! There we go. So Butter's house. Knight's building it, there we go. Oh, this is 100 IQ play from Butter. So Butter trying to expand. I think Rodden kills that. Oh, he doesn't. And the short bows. He selected everybody. But good APM from Butter here. He defends, and the other side is getting attacked. Rodden moves through, but it's a scout. So the scout is just. It's not a good unit to attack with. It's annoying, but like Butter isn't even phased. He just built the wall. Oh, there's that villager doing nothing. The Rodden at least hasn't been idle, which is good, and could probably use a house here. Rodden trying to go second DC now, so this is going to be a very delayed DC. Possibly from both guys, but Butter has a lot of army to play with. Butter, unfortunately, he's keeping his army home. I understand the fear, it's French, you know, the knights are gonna run all over you. But still, it's giving Rodden the opportunity to re-establish himself. Well, does Butter know about this? Butter has no idea the stone is getting taken. Okay, and walls on the sides are about to go down. The only areas Butter is going to be able to attack now without going to walls is this area. And of course the front here of the base. Both protected by things that shoot arrows. So not great. And there we go, Rodden scouting with a knight. Not really the unit I'd scout with. There we go, and delaying the TC, but Rodden's hitting the wrong units, and I think the knight is dead. Oh no, the knight just escapes! Rodden with some insane APM and micro. Oh, he can pick up a villager. Oh, picks up the one, and he pick up 2. Okay, Rodden leaves one very, very low. And both knights survive very low. This is important because Rodden should have chivalry anytime. And as soon as he gets chivalry, these guys are gonna heal back up, and they're just gonna be extra units that didn't die there, that are now gonna be full HP. Because if he takes the fight and they're low, they're just gonna die very quickly, right? But if they're not, then that's a whole nother story. And yeah, Rodden knows the south here is open. The west here has a TC, so not really open. Ooh, the knights are still very low. I would bring these home, to be quite honest. Like, just get them home. And this could have been nobody going to the center. This is annoying me a little bit. Like, both guys should be fighting for the center and not for for position at each other, because the center is faster than deer. And trust me when I say it will not expire anytime soon. This is a lot of food. This is like 20,000 food in the center here. But Butter is starting, is expanded. Okay, we're out of gold, and that knight needs to. Oh, that knight is trapped. I think the knight's dead. Yep, the knight's gone. There's the knight gone without dealing any damage. That's a big. That's a bigger hit than it might look. Rodden only has 4 4 knights. But there we go, second DC down for Rada on Deer. So I wouldn't be too surprised if this mill... Oh, he doesn't even have any eco tax. Rada, okay, getting chivalry, that's nice. Immediately survival techniques in the wheelbarrow. Okay, and Butter is scouting. Let's see the scout of the Butter here. Who's gonna scout the wall. Well, that's unfortunate. Gonna scout the wall. That still is unfinished. Oh, and so is that, and this counts now. You have to actually delete it. Oh, and the brother's gonna destroy that wall there from Butter. Even though there should be villagers going into build. 7 villagers. Now that's overkill. Oh no! Ah, Rada just goes right into the spears. And that knight is gone. That's a bit of a mistake. But it's not too dangerous now that Rada is well established and is producing knights again. Okay, and we get English farming. So, if you're new here, the reason why English wants to go to farms as early as possible, farms harvest rates are faster than normal farms and they up by age. So there's a bit of an argument for getting in as late, but farms in Dark Age are already pretty good. The wood investment is not, but the farms themselves are pretty good. So we're getting a second stable. And I would imagine this is a keep setup. We're getting a keep down there. And getting a keep maybe here? I don't know. So let's see tax. We have no eco tax as of yet. So you can see Rada's eco is crying a little bit. The only thing he's got comparable to Butter is gold economy, but Butter is using his resources a little bit better. Floating a little bit of wood, so this could be more farms with his wood villagers. But he's also expanding his barracks and everything. This is good macro from Butter. Certainly slightly better than Rada's. Rada's starting to float gold. And we're getting archers too. So that's a stable, and we're getting markets to sell, to buy resources. Oh, but now it's going to be very difficult to attack. Butter's got his defenses set down, and we are almost 13 minutes into the game. And people are still getting their upgrades. Nobody's thinking of aging. This is... Ooh, gonna get a bit of a skirmish. Pay attention to the skirmish. I think Rada just moves out here as soon as he notices. He notices, but the scout's down anyway. And so, oh, that's a poor sheep right there. And there we go! Rada moves into the middle first, probably wondering what the hell's going on here. 2 towers. Yeah, sounds good to me, and just expand towers as you get more units out there. And this should be a Butter win, but the micro is going to be very important because of the knights. And these archers have 0 upgrades on them, while the Butter is already very well upgraded. Oh, you want to fight close to the towers? Garrison everybody. There. No, come on. There you go. Now the towers are gonna start the fire. And like, I just need to clear the massive spears. Oh, there we go. Butter sending in a villager forward. Ooh, risky. Okay, we're getting a ram. Ram from Butter, but wanting to put pressure in the middle, or at least force a fight, but separating the armies. Ooh, he's gonna lose his longbowman mass. Okay, he doesn't lose the mass, he loses a few. But that's still significant. Because there's a point where, like, you get about, what, 25, 30 longbowmen? That's just way too many longbowmen. Okay, we're getting just more and more production. But still, these upgrades are about to become a bit of a problem. Rada needs to pull back. The importance of the ranged armor upgrade here is so critical. Because right now we're doing 4 damage per arrow. You get that damage down by a full third with the +1. Okay, here we go. We've got a ram. We've got 17 longbowmen, a man-at-arms, and 13 spears. This is not looking good for Rodder. Rodder, though, needs to keep hacking away. Oh, he's giving up his knights! I'll just take down the ram, but as soon as the ram goes down, the towers can do their thing. Oh, and the towers are doing their thing. The spears are now not gone, but the numbers are getting dwindled down. And the longbowmen can start doing damage to these villagers. But good job by Butter. To at least put pressure, and there's a tower. This tower ranges all the way back to the original TC. No, this is the second TC, I'm sorry. The second TC, and he sees the TC, actually. Probably? Yeah, he almost sees the TC. Sees the tower! Oh my! And we're getting a King's Palace! Oh, this King's Palace could have been so much forward. But I understand. Wanting to not be too zealous here. Ooh, this is a slight mistake from Butter. He really doesn't want to lose these. But at least it's a man-at-arms that's getting attacked. Still the vanguards. There we go, got an age up from Butter, so Butter Castle Age. Immediately getting veteran longbowman. I'd like to see the +2 on ranged attack. Definitely has the resources for it. I think it's 100 food though. So let's check it very quickly. No, it's 100 wood, so he can easily get it. Oh, but I think he wants to go into full on into men-at-arms now. Or oh, he's going into spears, so he needs wood villagers. Oh no, and Rodder raiding! The army is way out of position, and Butter's pulling everything, including the rams back. No, you needed to go. What? Raid while you're getting raided. Oh, Rodder bought himself so much time here, and he's killing the reinforcements too. And, these are still some very powerful units. Oh, and he's going for the farms now, and 2 hits, and he gets a villager with a charge, of course, so that's just ridiculous. Now Rodder can go into the woodline, and the army's just now getting there. And Rodder will be able to escape, and that's another kill, so... Like, Rodder loses the mass to kill off, what, 4 villager? Like, he's on 12 kills. 12 kills is a lot of kill. Yeah, and just forget about him, right? Yeah, we have Knights back at home. Rudd isn't even gonna bother. Garrison that DC. And yeah, that's it for the ram. Oh, and if Rudd finds these 2 rams, the ram push is gone. The ram push is gone, but it's so few knights, like it's impossible for Butter to know, right? Because he just saw knights at home and saw the knights raiding, so you have no idea. But no, like this might not be all of them. Rodder might be trying to raid. Butter can't assume he only has 5 knights here. So he has to keep the army together, and I'm saying this because I don't think he can easily go into men-at-arms here. Oh, using... Ah, no, these archers are not well upgraded. These are veteran longbowmen with a +2. They are dealing damage. They're dealing 6 damage per arrow. Rodder is way out-tacked here. I don't think Rodder can actually keep this up. Rodder's gonna have to give up position here. Oh, and he didn't take down these rams. That is very unfortunate. Butter, though, starting to miss macro a little. So don't get cold if you're not going to use it, right? But he is going to use it. He just needs more food. Oh, and he's attacking into food. Into goal, I mean. Yeah, that's crazy. Okay, there we go. You just need to take out the spears. And easier said than done. These longbowmen deal damage to the knights. It's not as easy. But Rodder, as long as Rodder like keeps dealing damage, Rodder should be fine. And these men at arms just do not die, do they? Okay, there's a kill for Rada potentially. Rada's army is down to these two knights. The reinforcements will not get there fast enough. But Rada is a decent economy. Rada just doesn't have any of the upgrades. Ooh, and Butter pushing forward to underneath the towers. This is risky. Of course he's getting villagers, which is important. He's now down to 14 to 7. It's still in Rada's favor, but dwindling it down. Rada needs to pull the knights. Does he want to raid, though? Is there any possibility? No, there isn't. The only woodline Butter is taking is the woodline covered by the walls. And these longbowmen are just so powerful. Like, they're actually dealing a ton of damage to these knights. And Rada calls it! Rada calls it! There's nothing Rada can do. Nothing Rada can do. It's just outdecked here. Wasn't outnumbered, not when he took that big fight. Like here, there was a big possibility for Rada to do something, but just that stack, this is, what, 2 units? 2 units that Petter lost while creating more units? Yeah, but Rada just couldn't keep up.